Hi, I'm Krista, and this is my review of the Philips LatteGo 3200 Espresso Maker. So I'm really excited to make this video. I feel like I could talk about this thing for over an hour easily and not touch on the same thing twice. I absolutely love this machine. I have now had it for 4 years. I use it almost every day. Sometimes I use it multiple times a day. And when I say multiple times a day, I mean there are times when we have house guests or people stopping by, I could use this thing, turn it on at least 5 different times throughout the day for myself, for guests, whatever the case is. I love, love, love it. Okay, so what are some of my favorite features? So I love Hopper. It's on top. It's easy to access. Love easy to access. You can adjust the temperature. You can adjust the coarseness of the beans. That's another favorite feature, that you use whole espresso beans and it has a grinder. So it grinds them and you get fresh espresso and coffee. Love that. So this is not where I keep the machine. I actually keep it in a little spot under counter that's literally maybe 1 or 2 inches wider than this machine. It's actually really compact for what you get. I love that the water container is nice and easy to access. I love that the milk frother container is easy to access, easy to remove, easy to take apart and wash. I love that this is height adjustable. I love that everything is easy and accessible from the front. You slide this tray out. This is where the water overflow goes. I love that there's this little red indicator in here. So what happens is every time you use the machine, it dispenses a little bit of water before and after use. So that way it cleans out the dispenser. And then this little red tab here, once this tray starts to fill up, this red tab will start floating. So you will know this needs to be emptied so you don't accidentally overflow it. I love that there is a hot water dispenser. I actually use that a lot more often than I thought I would for hot chocolate and tea. It's pretty cool. I actually use it for other things as well, like ramen noodles, however you want to say it. I use it for cleaning. It's so cool. I love that there's this little tray up top, or not tray, but space where I can set my espresso cups. Fantastic. I love that I can make espressos, coffees, Americanos, cappuccinos, latte macchiatos. And not only can I do that, for example, espresso, if I wanted to make 2 at once, I can do that. And I can hit the button for 1 time, 2 time, and it will actually dispense twice the amount. Love that. Does the same thing for coffee, Americanos. Love that I can change the amount of beans that it grinds and uses to make espresso or a cup of coffee. I love that I can change the amount of water. I love that I can change the amount of milk that it uses. If I'm using the frothing cup and maybe making a macchiato, this machine is fantastic. So, okay, we're going to get started. I'm going to show you how to make a couple different things. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, let's get that back on here. So, I'm going to turn the machine on. Turn it on. Takes a minute, so what it's going to do is it's going to heat up the water, and I don't know that you can see this, but these little indicator lights are going from one to another, almost like in a circular motion, so you know something is happening. Takes just a second. All right, now we can hear it. That means the water is heating up, and it's about to dispense some water here from the dispenser just to give it a nice little rinse. One of the things that I really loved about this machine when I was doing research before I purchased it is how user-friendly and low maintenance it is. I did not want a machine that I was going to have to clean every single day. I wanted something that was going to be self-cleaning in a sense. I wanted something that was going to have a water filter so I could fill tap water if I wanted instead of using water from the refrigerator that's filtered. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to remove this LatteGo cup. And we are going to start with my favorite espresso mug that I have. So it's a Joy Jolt mug and it's shaped in Mickey Mouse. And I am going to put this right on under here. And the first thing we're going to make is we're going to make an espresso. And you're going to be able to see the nice crema foam that is on top without adding anything to it, just because of the bars of pressure that this machine has. So personally, well, let me get started here. All right. full beans, full water, 1 shot of espresso, and we're going to hit start. So as it grinds the beans, I'm going to tell you that my favorite part about this machine is the espresso. Yes, it makes coffee and other things, but I use it most frequently for espresso, and I personally think it tastes best. So it's going to dispense just a little bit of water, but that's okay because there's obviously water flowing through the beans. That's going to make the espresso. So here we go. I am using clear cups so we can see just how this looks. Look at that. My goodness. And if we take a look down here, we are going to be able to see as it separates just a little bit from that crema. So it's nice and it's milky. It's like frothy. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Okay, let me grab this cup. I had enough clearance, but just in case I didn't, I can raise the dispenser. Look at that. How cool is that? You're going to have to take my word for it that it tastes absolutely amazing. Can't really tip the cup too far, but it looks like the shape of Mickey Mouse from the top, which is so cool. Okay, next up, I'm going to show you how we can do 2 cups. So let me grab these Yeti espresso cups, lower that guy down. I'm going to hit the espresso button once for single serving, 2 for double serving, and then we're going to hit the start button. Grinding fresh beans. Grind, grind, grind. So what it's going to do is going to dispense the first serving, and then it's going to grind beans again, and then it's going to dispense the second time. So that's what happens when you use the second option or the double size for the espresso, the coffee, Americano. So you can see how there's plenty of room to put 2 cups next to each other. This is what I do when I have a guest or if my husband wants some espresso. I will do this. I'll be able to walk away, do whatever I need to do, maybe get the dogs food in the morning, refill their water bowls while this thing is going and it's making shots of espresso for us. So it's now dispensed the first shot. It's emptying the ground coffee from the hopper on the inside. It's regrinding new beans. Getting all packed in, doing all the magical stuff on the inside. It pre-soaks the grounds with water, and then it's going to dispense our second shot. How loud is the machine? I knew it was going to have some sound to it. We have a small house, very, very tiny, and you can hear it. You can hear it throughout the first floor, and though I tell you we only have like one tiny open room in our first floor, and then depending on what you're doing upstairs in the second floor, you may or may not be able to hear it. I personally don't think it's too loud. I think it's quieter than going into any coffee house and hearing what's going on there. Okay, awesome. Now we have 2 shots. And last, I am going to do, actually, you know what? Not last, but I'm going to show you the hot water. So again, this is a hot water dispenser. I have a clear cup here. I'm going to go to hot water. I'm going to go completely full. And my water reservoir may or may not run out on this, but that's okay because I will show you what happens if it runs out in the middle. I'm going to hit the play button. So it's going to take a second because it will dispense the hot water at a slightly higher temperature. There we go. Dispensing some nice hot water. All right, we did run out of water in the middle. So what it does is it pauses it, and then the water indicator light, which I'm not sure if we can see here, but it will turn on. So all I have to do is take out the water container. There is the filter. Bring it on over to my sink, fill it up. All right, then we reinstall the water container. Slide that baby on in. Once it's in, the play button will start flashing. You'll hit the play button again and it resumes. It'll do the same thing if you're brewing espresso, coffee, it doesn't matter. We'll just put it on pause so you can fill the water and then it will pick it back up once you refill the water tank. But if you wait too long to refill the water tank, like if you walk away and you forget and you don't realize it's out of water, it will reset and you will have to start a new shot of espresso or cup of coffee from the beginning. And just like that, we have some hot water. Cool. All right. Hot water over here. And I don't have milk, but I do have some coffee creamer. So I am going to fill up the hopper with some coffee creamer so we can see how the LatteGo cup works. There are indicator lines right on the side. The lid back on. It just sets on. It doesn't click or anything. Hang this baby back up. Grab a new cup. Love using the clear glass so we can see what it looks like in action. And we are going to let's do a latte macchiato. And I'm going to leave the beans all the way up, water all the way up, and the milk all the way up. Now, this is not milk, so this is going to froth it slightly different, but you'll get the idea. Hit the play button. Just going to grind the beans. I can hear it warming up the water. Here we go. So now that it is done with the milk, it is going to dispense a shot of espresso. How cool is that? Look at that separation. You have that steamed milk on the bottom, you have the espresso, you have the foam on top. Awesome. So that's just hitting the latte macchiato button one time. And if you'd like, and this is what I do often because I tend to like espresso quite a bit, I will go over and I'll say, okay, give me another shot of espresso. Here we go. Let's get more espresso. And we are done, just like that. Easy, easy, easy. And we have a beautiful latte macchiato. Fantastic. As you can see, this machine, I just absolutely love it. Again, I've had it for 4 years. I use it frequently. I use it 300 to 400, maybe even more times every single year. And I've done that for 4 years and it still works great. Highly recommend it.